When you open the front door and step inside, what is the first thing you see? A staircase, a bathroom door, or a long hallway leading straight deep into the house. In Feng Shui, this is considered one of the mistakes that can cause your family's wealth and prosperity to slowly drain away. That is because the main entrance is seen as the home's mouth of energy, the place where vital energy and wealth energy pass through to enter the house. But when the door is positioned or opened in the wrong way, that flow of energy can become disrupted, making it difficult for prosperity energy to gather and stay. So today, I will share with you some common front door mistakes, along with ways to fix them that you can apply, helping your home become more filled with positive and prosperous energy. And without making you wait any longer, let us begin with mistake when opening the door from inside the house. Mistake 1. Opening the door and seeing the bathroom. According to the ancient text, known as Master Shen's Flying Star Feng Shui, there is a saying, "The energy mouth governs all good and bad fortune." This means the main entrance acts like the mouth of a living being. It is the place where all spiritual energy, positive life energy, and blessings from the universe enter to nourish the entire home. Meanwhile, the bathroom is a place that holds wastewater. It belongs to the water element, but it is dirty water, a place where yin energy and impure energy can build up. When you open the main door and allow these two spaces to face each other directly, an energy conflict can occur. The fresh wealth energy and life energy that have just crossed the threshold while still at their strongest can be pulled straight inward by the force of the impure water energy coming from the bathroom. At that point, wealth energy no longer has the chance to circulate and nourish the wealth or career areas in your home. Instead, that wealth energy becomes covered by impure energy, dissolved, and completely transformed. After that, it can bounce back into the living space and become a kind of invisible, harmful energy surrounding the family members. In real life, the result is that wealth energy may be blocked right at the doorway, or even if it gets inside, it cannot stay for long. You may still make money and have a steady monthly income, but whenever you manage to save a certain amount, unexpected problems may appear, sometimes illness, sometimes investment losses, or poor financial decisions, because your mind may lack clarity. However, you can still adjust the flow of energy to make it more harmonious and balanced. The first thing you should do is create a fixed habit of always keeping the bathroom door tightly closed and lowering the toilet lid when it is not in use. This small action is like putting up an invisible wall, locking away the yin energy so it does not spill out and block the wealth energy that has just entered the home. Next, you should place hardy houseplants that like humidity and have good air purifying ability, such as snake plants, pothos, or peace lilies, right in front of the bathroom door. These green plants can help absorb excess water and dampness in that area to support their growth. At the same time, they can also transform negative energy into a more harmonious and balanced flow of energy. Along with that, you can install a ventilation fan system so the impure air is pushed straight outside instead of spreading freely sideways into your living room. This can help your home receive a smoother flow of wealth and good fortune. Mistake 2. Opening the door and seeing the stove. In Feng Shui, the three important factors that affect the prosperity of a home are the main entrance, the bedroom, and the stove. If the main entrance is the place that receives energy, then the stove is the wealth vault, meaning the place that stores money and assets, and also the place that keeps the fire of life, nourishing the health of your entire family. The real reason money may leak away when your home has this problem comes from two principles of energy movement. First, for a wealth vault, the Feng Shui principle is to achieve hidden wind and gathered energy, meaning the kitchen space should have privacy and protection. When you swing the main door wide open, the moving energy from the outside world rushes straight into the cooking space, sweeping away and scattering the wealth energy that is gathering inside your family's treasure vault. Once wealth energy becomes scattered, your luck may become unstable. At times, your career may move forward smoothly, but at other times, it may feel completely stuck. Second, from the perspective of the 5 elements, the main entrance carries constantly moving energy. Because it flows in and out, it has the nature of the water element. Meanwhile, the stove is where pure fire energy resides. When water from the main entrance rushes straight toward the fire of the stove, it creates a pattern of water and fire clashing right at the center that regulates the home's life energy. This energy conflict can burn away your wealth opportunities and also affect the health of your family members. In particular, according to the theory of yin and yang, the kitchen governs internal household matters and represents the woman or the mother in the family. This clashing pattern can make the women in your home the most affected, often leading to irritability and a lack of clear thinking. But you can still make adjustments to reduce the effects of this clash. When you have a spacious layout, or you are still finishing, renovating, or remodeling your home, the best solution is to prioritize turning the stove opening away from the direct line of sight from the main entrance, based on the direction the cook's back faces when standing at the stove. Once you shift this direct opposing axis, you can break the head-on clash. In cases where you cannot change the fixed structure, you can install a sliding door or glass partition door for the kitchen and close it whenever you are not cooking. Or you can design a kitchen island, meaning a small counter, or place a partition between the living room and the kitchen. These barriers act like a Feng Shui shield. They slow down the moving energy coming from the main entrance, helping the energy entering the home become gentler and more flexible, so it does not harm the sacred fire of the kitchen. Mistake 3. Opening the door and facing the back door or a large window. According to ancient Feng Shui texts, this door placement mistake is called piercing hall sha, also known as direct passage door, meaning the door connects straight through from the front to the back. This happens when, as soon as you open the main door, you can see straight through to the back door, a large window, or a balcony on the opposite side, forming a perfectly straight axis through the center of the home, with no obstacle to slow it down. When your home falls into the piercing hall sha pattern, the life energy and wealth energy have just crossed the main threshold. Before they can spread out or be distributed into the functional areas to nourish the home, they rush straight toward the back door and escape outside. When a home completely loses its ability to accumulate and hold energy, it becomes difficult to gather wealth. As a result, even though your family may work hard, wealth can still walk right out the door through endless expenses. Business and career matters may also run into trouble, often falling apart at the final step right before success is within reach. And it does not stop there. This piercing hall sha mistake can also leave the energy field inside your home completely exposed, revealing private family matters. Living in a space where the energy rushes too fast and too strongly like this can make you and your family members more likely to have conflicts and tension. From there, the relationship between husband and wife may become distant and less connected. In many cases, this can also become one of the reasons that lead to infidelity or even a broken marriage. In particular, if the back door of your home or the balcony door is designed to be larger than the main door, the energy scattering pattern becomes even stronger. The home receives too little energy, while the energy that leaves escapes too quickly, causing the house to fall into a state of depleted life energy. The way to balance this pattern is to place a thick rug with warm colors right behind the main threshold. At the same time, rearrange the furniture in the living room in a zigzag pattern instead of one straight line. For example, you can place the sofa, coffee table, and bookshelf slightly off from one another to create barriers. This makes the airflow move in a winding path around these items, reducing the rushing speed of harmful energy. Finally, hang thick fabric curtains to cover part of the window or balcony door on the opposite side, especially at night. At this point, the curtain acts like a shield, keeping wealth energy from leaking out into the outside world and helping the inner Feng Shui treasure of your home stay complete, balanced, and able to gather prosperity. Mistake 4. Opening the door and seeing the staircase. According to East Asian belief, a staircase facing the door is one of the quiet causes that may make your family's wealth go downhill without breaks. This means that all the energy, life force, and wealth accumulated from the upper floors will naturally turn into a fast-moving flow when it meets the slope of the staircase, pouring downward all at once. If there is a calm, open space at the foot of the stairs, this flow of energy can settle and spread out. But if the wide-open main door is right in front of the staircase, the downward force of the energy combines with the suction of wind from the main entrance, pulling all the family's wealth, luck, and assets straight out to the main road. The result is that money entering your home becomes like water flowing into an upside-down funnel. As soon as it arrives, it immediately slides down to the bottom and disappears. Business opportunities and chances for promotion may also slip away at the very last moment. Not only that, but the energy rushing down too strongly can also push back the fresh yang energy that wants to enter through your main door, causing your home to fall into a state of Feng Shui oxygen deficiency. From there, you may be more likely to experience bad luck in work and everyday life. To restore harmony to your home, first, hang a faceted crystal ball from the ceiling area between the lower end of the staircase and the main door. In Feng Shui, a faceted crystal is an item with a very strong ability to scatter energy flow. When the energy rushes down from the upper floor and hits the refractive cuts of the crystal ball, that energy is dispersed, its direct force is broken, and it spreads evenly around the space instead of rushing out the door. Next, place a small decorative fish tank or a circulating Feng Shui water feature. According to the principle of the 5 elements, energy stops when it meets water and scatters when it meets wind. The wealth energy rushing downward meets the water energy of the fish tank, gets held there, absorbed, and blended into the water flow, becoming water wealth that remains inside your home. There is also one more small issue for those of you whose homes are designed with a basement. If the staircase going down to the basement faces the main door, the yin energy from underground is usually very strong. Because of that, you should build the habit of always keeping the basement door tightly closed when not in use, to prevent this negative energy from rising up and blocking wealth energy, helping your career and prosperity stay complete, balanced, and gathered. After going through and finding ways to adjust the gaps inside the home that may cause money to leak away, now let us step outside the threshold together, where external harmful energy flows may be directly blocking the wealth energy of the house. Mistakes caused by outside energy pointing toward the door. Mistake 1. Opening the door and seeing a road pointing straight at the house. One arrow piercing the heart, or what is often called road clash sha in Feng Shui, refers to a house where a major road or a long hallway points directly at your main entrance. Do you know that, in Feng Shui, a road is essentially a place where a symbolic water flow moves, also known as empty water? When a road points straight at the house, the energy moving along it is no longer a gentle, winding flow of life energy. Instead, it becomes an extremely aggressive stream of direct rushing harmful energy. The main door is where energy enters the home, but when it faces this road or hallway energy that is as strong as a storm, all the yang energy and good fortune that are trying to gather in front of your porch can be blown away and pushed back outside. As a result, your business and work may face obstacles, and debts may even pile up. More than that, when this harmful energy pierces through the main door, it can strike directly into the biological energy field of you and your family members, making family relationships more likely to crack, fall apart, and even experience unexpected accidents. To fix this one arrow piercing the heart pattern, you can use a convex bagua mirror and hang it right above the main door, facing outward. This convex mirror has an outward curving shape and acts like a Feng Shui diverging lens. When the harmful road energy rushes toward the house, the mirror breaks it apart and pushes that aggressive energy back outside, protecting the peace of your entrance. If your home has a front yard that is wide enough, you can build a low wall, a sturdy fence, or a flower bed about waist high in front of the main door. This makes the harmful energy from the road crash into the obstacle, then bend and flow to both sides, turning the energy from direct clash into returning circulation, transforming misfortune into good fortune. Besides that, you can strengthen the protective energy of the home by placing a pair of stone lions or a pair of majestic Pixiu guardians on both sides of the main entrance, facing directly toward the road. These spiritual guardians carry strong earth and metal energy, which can suppress negative mixed energy before it has the chance to enter your doorway. Finally, plant trees with thick canopies, strong woody trunks, or high flexibility right in front of the house, such as fig trees, evergreen plants, or ornamental bamboo. These dense, lush green layers of leaves act like a natural energy filter. When harmful energy rushes in, the leaves absorb it, break it into smaller currents, and redirect it completely, allowing wealth energy to enter your home more slowly, but in a much safer and more stable way. Mistake 2. Opening the door and seeing a utility pole or an old, large tree blocking the entrance. In Feng Shui, this includes patterns known as solitary yin sha, firewater sha, or knife pavilion sha. It happens when you open the main door and immediately face a dense old tree, a utility pole, a technical box, or a transformer station right in front of the house. If a large old tree blocks the entire front of the home, it also blocks natural sunlight, which is considered the source of life energy. This leaves the bright hall area in front of the house dark and lacking in yang energy. Feng Shui calls this yin rising while yang declines. Since wealth and good fortune belong to yang energy, they are believed to stay in bright, warm places. When they meet a place filled with yin energy, they tend to turn away. On the other hand, if there is a utility pole or transformer station in front of your home, it can create strong fire sha. When this energy rushes directly into the main entrance, it is believed to burn away the metal energy that represents the home's wealth energy, based on the rule that fire overcomes metal. Living in a home with this kind of disturbed energy field may cause money to keep slipping away, work to become stagnant, and family members to feel less clear-minded or less creative. To reduce these negative effects, if there is a utility pole or transformer station in front of the house, you can repaint the main door in clean, bright colors, such as white or cream. According to the 5 elements, white belongs to the metal element. When the fire sha from the utility pole rushes toward the house, the strong metal energy from the bright door works like a filter, reflecting and scattering negative energy before it crosses your threshold. If a large old tree blocks the view in front of the house, first trim back the overly thick branches and leaves to bring openness back to the bright hall area. Then install warm yellow LED lighting above the main door and keep it on throughout the evening. In Feng Shui, yellow light represents artificial sunlight. It helps burn away yin energy, clear the gloomy feeling, and activate stronger yang energy around the home, inviting smoother wealth and good luck to come in. So, as you can see, The way we set up and position the opening direction of the main door can affect the life and financial fortune of the whole family. Every time you push it open or close it, you are guiding the flow of energy, which can either help keep life energy inside or allow wealth energy to leak away. That is why recognizing and taking control of how energy moves at the main entrance through lighting, the color of the door, or daily habits can help you close those energy leaks and open up a better pattern for your family's life and finances. If you still have any questions about Feng Shui issues in your home, leave your thoughts below in the comment section. We will break them down, analyze them, and explain them more deeply in the next videos. Goodbye, and see you again.